on what they're doing. They haven't consulted. What we're seeing in this country is a political coup on the basis of the rich, on the basis of the well-off. And what we're witnessing is not an attempt to tackle an economic problem. What we're talking about is a massive transfer in wealth from ordinary people to those who are already obscenely rich.
Trade unions in the public sector and the private sector need to be talking together in the coming weeks about how we can put together rapidly a national mobilisation against this comprehensive spending review announcement that Osborne's just come out with this. This isn't the only demonstration going on today in this country. Of course, there are demonstrations in Cardiff, in Sheffield, in Belfast, in Glasgow, in Edinburgh, in London, a number of other cities I haven't mentioned. But of course, there's also a general strike going on in France.
Our sisters and brothers fought hard over the years to ensure that we had proper employment rights. Let's not let this government take those rights away from us.
Make the masses pay! We are YFJ! Make the masses pay! We are...
In this country, they better be aware that if they come for our terms and conditions afterwards, we'll be queuing up to fight them. And I'll tell you what, on top of that, the CW, I can guarantee we're going to have a presence at every march around the country, and we're also going to have a presence on the national demonstration. I hope it's sooner rather than later. Thank you.
Upon the TUC to organise industrial action and campaign against these cuts. We can stop these cuts, they are not inevitable. We have to use everything in our armoury. That means organising our communities in your street. Every time a library's closing, we should be opposing it. Every time a swimming pool closes, we should be opposing it. We will use all campaigning methods, industrial action, and yes, direct action when it's appropriate and when it's not.
We say come back! We say fight back! We say fight back! Cut back! Fight back! Cut back! Fight back!
There is a crying need for a united campaign of trade unionists, of community activists, of people who are willing to defend universal social benefits, sticking together, campaigning, protesting, and above all, refusing to comply with these iniquitous and illegitimate laws that are being brought in by this Condem government. We've got to learn the lessons from the anti-poll tax campaign, which was they can't make it work if we won't let them make it work.
Trying to do their job. You got our friends. You caused all this. You can't do this.
Out of the way! Out of the way!
We had what was actually an attack on the demonstration on a small group of looked like younger people. The police claimed there was an offensive banner, and it was an absolutely ridiculous way to deal with the situation. They inflamed it. There was a physical attack on people, which then got exacerbated by what appeared to be a further attack on College Green as well. I simply don't know what they're doing. You know, unless it was pre-planned, which I would like to think not, there was absolutely no sense in it. And I think we'll be demanding some kind of explanation from the police, from our trade unions, from the Bristol Anti-Cuts Alliance. It's really just unacceptable, and the police really made a fool of themselves today, actually.
We've had thousands of trade unionists, only working people here today, demonstrating against the cuts that they're legally entitled to do. These demonstrations are all going to grow, and it's really concerning that the actions of the police here, if this is how lawful demonstrations are going to be handled, then it does look like we're going back to the 80s. I'm really upset and disgusted that the headlines in the local paper are probably going to be around what's gone on here with the police, rather than the fantastic speeches and the number of people who've actually coming out here demonstrating against the cuts. It's really disappointing, and we'll be seeking an explanation from the police.
We won't live in condemnation.
No cuts and privatisation.
We won't live in condemnation.
No